Holiday travel chaos. The Department of Transportation promising to look into the actions of Southwest Airlines as thousands of flights are canceled.
Our next guest is a member of the House Transportation Committee, and even her children were stranded while traveling home for the holidays.
South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace joins us now. Good morning, Congresswoman. So just tell us your, experience with this travel chaos that we've been seeing.
Right. It's been pretty terrible to see airlines getting billions of dollars and see this kind of debacle 5 days in. But Saturday night, my children were flying back home to Charleston. They love to spend Christmas with their cousins, like so many families across the country were traveling back and got stuck in Baltimore. Could not rebook a flight for 4 days. Rental cars also unavailable for our family who are traveling back. It has been a huge disaster for us. Almost didn't get to see my kids on Christmas Day. We were able to get them home Sunday night late, but the luggage somewhere in Ohio right now this morning on Wednesday, 5 days later.
So, Congressman, just a follow-up on that, because you are on the House Transportation Committee, and Pete Buttigieg, the Transportation Secretary, has said they're going to look into this. But so much of the time, this results in more regulation, when a lot of the time, a lot of these problems are caused by over-regulation. So how do you think the government can help or hurt in this situation?
I think there has to be a balance. There's clearly going to be a correction in the market. People are outraged. And if you look at the communications from Southwest over the last 5 days, only 2 posts on their social media about what's going on. When you go to their website to find information, it's very difficult to do that. Some of the links they post don't even work. They're giving people 30 days to rebook their flight and do that same exact travel in the next 30 days. It's very unreasonable. So I think, number one, you're going to see the market do some corrections. Their stock was down. The other thing that we're learning about is not so much on the regulatory side, but on the technology that they're using. I mean, these airlines, Southwest included, have been given billions and billions of dollars over the years, bailed out by the federal government, bailed out by taxpayers. And what we've seen in reports from airline pilots and others that work at Southwest, we're seeing now is that they're using very old, archaic software and technology. And so holding them accountable for doing those upgrades, having some strings attached, if you're going to get billions of dollars from the government, maybe you should have your technology in order so when something like this happens, people aren't left stranded all across the country. Those are things that they will have to look at because the market will demand it.
Congresswoman, how much of this lies at the doorstep of Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg?
Well, it took 4 days and thousands and thousands of cancellations for DOT to finally speak up. Same thing, it took 4 days for the CEO of Southwest to finally speak up. I hope at some point the government, when we are intervening and looking at some of these issues, that we're more efficient and more effective. I am horrified looking at the luggage situation, the people that are stranded. When you see the pictures and videos now 4 days in of people stranded all around the country, we got to work together to get people home, to get their luggage back home, and then we can figure out how did this happen, how did they get billions of dollars from taxpayers, and this was the outcome.
Yeah, but before we deal with the Monday morning quarterbacking, I just spoke to a woman at my hotel stuck on a Southwest flight. She can't get back till January 1st. You're a family that was affected. Are you satisfied with Buttigieg's handling of this so far?
Not at all. I wish that we had spoken up, the federal government and Buttigieg had spoken up sooner. We're now 5 days into this thing, and had I not had an extra car in D.C., my kids might not even be home today. They were able to drive home with family and get there late Christmas night, but most people weren't that lucky, and they're still stranded. And I don't know how some of these folks are going to be able to afford to pay for a hotel for the next 7 days until they can get out of there. We were told 4 days, but that's clearly not happening right now. People aren't getting home at this juncture 5 days in.
I think I saw on Twitter that one of your children celebrated their 16th birthday yesterday. So this wasn't just a Christmas trip. It was a birthday trip. I've got a 13-year-old myself, and I don't know about your 16-year-old, but my 13-year-old has TikTok on his phone. The House has ordered immediate removal of TikTok from all devices. What's your take on that?
Well, we definitely want to look into TikTok. I know that there's some folks that want to hold hearings on it to figure out how the Chinese Communist Party might be using it to spy on Americans. My 13-year-old, I mentioned just yesterday, I was going to have a hearing on TikTok and might ban it from their phones, and they looked horrified. But the Chinese are using it to spy on Americans, and the algorithm, what they're doing to our culture and society, and spying on our data is wrong, and we need to get to the bottom of it. We should ban it from all government devices. That should be step one.
Congresswoman, we talk about banning TikTok, but TikTok also has people in the United States working on behalf of that company. So what are you guys doing about the companies that come in and then hire Americans to do their bidding for the Chinese Communist Party in Beijing?
Well, you see that with a lot of different adversaries of ours, including the Saudis and Saudi Arabia, making those kinds of investments in our country. That is something that we have to look at and take in some balance. But when you have companies that are coming in that are not our friends, that are not our allies, that are using data to spy on Americans, we have to investigate it. Even if they do hire American employees, it's something that we owe the American people. They can then decide whether or not they want to download this software to their phone that's likely spying on them. That could be their decision.
Well, and the Chinese government is wooing the White House very heavily right now to remain ownership of TikTok. Do you believe that TikTok should sever itself from the Chinese government?
Well, I think any business that's, in bed with the Chinese Communist Party, we need to take a real long, hard look at what they are trying to do. They've been doing this for decades, whether it's IP, they're stealing IP from American companies, whether they're using apps to spy on American citizens, but they're not the only ones. So whatever standard we have should be the same standard, even for Saudi Arabia and others that have investments here in the U.S. We need to treat them all equally.
There are lots of TikTok lobbyists in Washington. That is for sure. All right, Congresswoman, thank you so much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.